Every 4 years is a leap year, meaning we get 366 days that year, every 4 years. And every 2 years, we get a new mainline Touhou game. Touhou 18 released 2 years ago, Alice. And you know what? Touhou 19 was released. So yeah, let's talk Touhou. Welcome back to Let's Talk About, or Let's Talk, I guess, series I kind of do every so often now, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even plan on making a series. I've never mentioned anything like this. But whenever there's something I just want to talk about, like, I'll talk about it. So yeah, I guess this kind of counts as a series, I guess. Even if I didn't mean for it to be. But yeah. Like I said, Touhou 19 is announced. Let's talk about Touhou. You're probably thinking, oh, this is probably going to be something negative about the fandom. Like, ooh, the fandom is stupid. Or, ooh, the fandom did something bad again. No. Actually, no, it's not. This is actually positive. Believe it or not. I'm actually saying something positive about Touhou and the fandom. Like, actually said that's, yeah, the world coming to an end. I don't know. I'm actually saying something positive about Touhou and the fandom. But yeah, Touhou 19 was announced, and honestly, I've seen some screenshots and everything. It actually looks really fucking good. We're getting another game that was like Touhou 9, Phantasmagoria Flower View. We're getting essentially Touhou 9, but modern, if I guess. More modern, more like up to date. Like modern times, considering, Touhou 9 came out 2004, 2005, like yeah. It's crazy. We haven't, and we get Touhou 19 is gonna be essentially just like Touhou 9, which I'm actually, if you probably couldn't tell, I'm actually kind of hyped for it. I'm actually kind of excited. I mean, I'll probably never play it, but that doesn't mean I can't be excited for it. But there is one thing that I'm not too fond of for Touhou 19, and that's the character roster. Like, as of me recording this video and uploading it, there's 5 characters announced. Reimu and Marissa, obviously, they're protagonists, so of course they're going to be playable characters. So you don't really need to explain those choices, because it's obvious. Reimu and Marissa, they're protagonists. They're expected to be playable. Reimu especially. But then the other 3 character choices, I'm not too fond of. Like, starting from earliest release to latest release, Touhou 12. Representative again from Touhou 12 is Nazrin. Nazrin, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Nazrin, but Nazrin's not exactly the character I would have picked to represent Touhou 12. Now keep in mind, it's theorized that of the 19 Touhou characters, there's 19 character slots. But out of 19, 18 character slots are going to be, taken. It's theorized that there's going to be one representative from each Touhou game. Excluding Reimu and Marissa, because obviously. But, yeah, again, it's theorized that there's going to be maybe one representative from every Touhou game, but Nazrin representing Touhou 12, not exactly the choice I would have made. I I personally would have picked like New or Kogasa, technically speaking, because because think about it, in the fighting games you have Ichiran and Byakuran. In the fighting games, in Tenmi Common Flowers, most specifically, which I do play on the channel from time to time, and sometimes on my own time. I mean, they're in the fighting games, and we also got, yeah, we got Baker and Ichiran as playable characters to represent Touhou 12. And I mean, technically speaking, Minamitsu was also a playable character in 18.5, so technically she was playable as well, and that just leaves Kyoko, New, Nazrin, Kogasa, and Sho. But honestly, New or Kogasa would have probably been the better option instead of Nazrin. But I mean, again, I don't hate Nazrin, but why Nazrin? Like, it would make more sense for New or Kogasa. New especially would have been a great playable character, especially to represent Touhou 12. Considering, we've already had 3 representatives, and 2 from a fighting game and 1 from a spin-off. Well, they're both spin-offs, but still. We had 2 representatives for fighting games and 1 for 18.5 from Touhou 12. That just left the others, and it's like why? Especially since New was an extra stage boss, so it would have been a much better fit, honestly. And representing Touhou 13, 10 Desires, we got On. Like, On? Why On? I mean, out of On, I mean, Kogasa was technically in 13, as well as Yuyuko, but again, I already tackled Kogasa, and Yuyuko is a completely different fucking story. But On, Mayamizo, Maiko, Fudo, Tojiko, as well. Like, I mean, we have Fudo, Maiko, and Mimizo in Tenmi Common Flowers and spin-offs, so it's expected for them to not be playable. So that makes sense. But why not Tojiko? Like, honestly, I honestly would have thought Tojiko would have been a really fucking good addition, because again, she is a fan favorite. She's one of my personal top 10 favorites. Honestly, she really is. She's one of my top 10 favorites. So this is a little biased, but I honestly think Tojiko would have been a fairly interesting character to, use and represent Touhou 13 instead of On. Like, just why On? And Touhou 15. Out of all the characters of Touhou 15, Doremi, Sagume, Seiren, Ringo, Junko, Seija. Fuck. And Clown Piece, that's right. I forgot Clown Piece. I was spaced out for a second. Like, wait. Who was the last one? Who was a Stage 5 boss? But then I remembered it was Clown Piece. But yeah, out of all 7 characters to represent from Touhou 15. Up to this point, we only had one, and that was in the fighting games, and that was Doremi, who I do use in Entertainment Common Flowers as well. But yeah, out of all the 7 characters up to this point, we've only had one to represent Touhou 15, Doremi. But why Seiren of all characters? Like, Clown Piece. Fuck, I would even prefer Tsugume. Hell, we could have kept Doremi as a representative for Touhou 15. Doremi would probably still been a good choice to represent Touhou 15. But Seiren, why Seiren? Like, again, I don't hate these characters. It's just there could have been other choices, better choices than those 3. Like, why? It's just weird choices. But yeah, again, it's not exactly final, so maybe characters might be changed. Very unlikely, but maybe they will. But maybe we could have more than one representative from Touhou games. Fuck, even some PC-98 characters might make a return. Like Mima. People are hoping Mima comes back. Honestly, I don't care for Mima, but personally, but seeing her come back, I mean, if any time were perfect for her to come back, it would be Touhou 19, especially, considering that it is also theorized that Touhou 19 might be the last Touhou game, which is also unlikely, but it is possible. You never know. But yeah, I honestly think Touhou 19 is going to be a very interesting game. And, other than, the character choices that we've got so far, like, Remu and Marissa, again, the protagonists, you expect them to be playable. I don't, honestly, out of 5 revealed so far, I would pick Marissa. She is my favorite of the 5, obviously. I like Remu, but not as much as I like Marissa. And the other 3, again, I wouldn't really use them. Like, I don't hate them as characters. They're just not that great of choices to me personally. Again, don't hate them. I like them as characters, but just nowhere near my favorites. Seiren especially, like, But yeah. And we might get to see maybe 3 of the animal leaders. We might get to see Yachi. Fuck. Yachi. Fuck! Yuma, that's the second one. I was going to say Yuma last. But, fuck. And Saki, that's her name. Fuck. Like, there's just so many characters in Touhou. And since I haven't been focusing on it, like, at all, for obvious reasons, like, I tend to space out and forget characters' names sometimes. Especially if I have a lot of things, if I have a good amount of things I need to talk about. But it's theorized that they might be playable, or at least in the game as well. That's maybe. And another theory to top it off. 4th animal leader, maybe? Because again, we had Yachi and Saki in Touhou 17, and then 18.5, this recent spin-off, introduced Yuma. She was the 3rd one. And there was, if I remember correctly, there was a 4th one like referenced to, just never mentioned by name or anything like that. So it's possible that the fourth and final animal leader is very likely going to make an appearance in this game coming up, which honestly kind of hypes it up even more. That's yeah. But yeah, it's probably going to exist in like this one game and just pretty much be forgotten about. Like 90% of the other characters. Forgotten, but still loved by many. We need to see the Prism River sisters make a return. It would be nice to see Lunasa again. It really would. I mean, fuck. Yuka returned in Touhou 9. So, why can't the Prism River sisters return? Why can't Alice return? Fuck. Hell. Why can't Ellie return from PC98? Like, there are just so many characters that could be potentially added to the roster for Touhou 19. There's just so many potential characters. Fuck. Bring the Yorigami sisters back. Fuck, I played June. I mean, they brought her and Shion back for 18.5, so I doubt they're going to be coming back for it. Touhou 19. Be nice to have them back again in this new one, but highly unlikely it will happen, which sucks because I fucking love June, dude. I really do. She's my main Intimidating Common Flowers, actually. But, yeah. Honestly, disregarding the fact that 3 of the 5 characters announced so far are characters, again, I don't hate. I just don't really care for all that much. They could have had, it could have been better characters. Again, Kogas or New, for example. But other than that, I'm actually kind of hyped for this. Again, I'll probably never play it, but if I ever did, I'm honestly excited to see what might happen and what might be added and everything. Oh yeah, also card system from Touhou 18 is coming back. Probably more balanced than it was in 18. Probably. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a fucking amazing mechanic. It was actually a really good mechanic. I liked it. But in Touhou 18 it was unbalanced. It was unbalanced. The mechanic for Touhou 17 was essentially the same as the mechanic for Touhou 12, so just whatever. Touhou 17 was amazing. It might actually be my favorite Touhou game. Even though, you know, there was one character I didn't like at all, and that was Aika. Didn't like Aika in Touhou 17. Just kind of just lame. Sure, she was a sheep yokai, but she just wasn't very interesting design-wise. I mean, Tsukasa was the same. I don't understand the hate for Tsukasa. I like her, personally. Like, sure, her design's generic and, you know, could have been better, but I still think she was a good character. She's a better character than Sakuya, because Sakuya is fucking generic Sakuya is the most generic character in the fucking series. I'm not sorry. She really is. A generic maid with a generic, you know, maid uniform, and the generic ability to stop time that's fucking overused. Like, she just was not a good character. Like, not to mention she's a canon idiot. I mean, sure, there are other characters that are canonically not smart either. Like Atsuho. And no, I'm not calling her Oku. I'm calling her by her actual name, Atsuho. And Cherno, which... I don't understand what... in her name, that's how it's pronounced, by the way. Cherno, it should be Cerno, but... Because, again, don't understand where it comes from. But, you know, it's Touhou's Japanese, so yeah, I can't really, like, fault them for that. Because here in America and English, like, we do the same shit. All languages do that. It's fucking weird. So I can't really fault them for that. It's just weird to say. But, yeah, again, Sakuya, not a very interesting character. Like, she's generic. She's boring, generic archetype made. Generic ability to stop time, which is overused. Not to mention, the only personality trait she has is doing her job. Like, other than that, she has zero personality. And people are probably going to tell me, well, like Sakuya's actually likable character. She's not doing any dirty tricks, nothing like that. Okay, but you want to give Tsukasa hate for being a trickster, deceiver, and stuff like that, but you want to give you want to let Tay off the hook? Yes. It's Tay, not Tui or Tui. It's Tay. Again, Japan is weird. But people want to give Tsukasa hate, but it's fine if Tay does it. Like, Tay does the same shit. Like, pretty much. What makes it any different for Tsukasa? Tay's generic. Tay's got a generic design as well. But honestly, for the representative, if there is going to be a representative for every Touhou game, I'm really hoping that maybe Sanyo is a representative for Touhou 18. Sanyo has potential. Like, she really fucking does have potential. Like, she's in the recent manga. What was it again? I forgot the name of the manga. I'm talking recent manga, by the way, not old manga. Recent manga. And so, yeah. Well, I'm looking at it. But goddamn, there are a shit ton of fucking manga and stuff. Well, not Foul Detective Satori, that's canon as well, but I'm talking the Lotus Eaters, that's what it was. Again, there are so many Touhou mangas and everything like that. Touhou characters, Touhou mangas, like, it's hard to remember everything all at once. So, but Sanyo did appear in Lotus Eaters, and she looked fucking fantastic. Not gonna lie, she was fantastic in Lotus Eaters. So I'm glad she appeared in Lotus Eaters. Chimada even showed up in Lotus Eaters. But fuck, honestly, if Xianyo represented Touhou 18 for Touhou 19 as a playable character, fuck, I'd fucking play it. Like, I really would. Because she's actually a really fucking good character. Like, she's just trying to make sure her casino's got enough business, but not too much to where, humans, yokai, and all that stuff become broke, which when she uses her ability to manipulate smoke to, do that shit, which that's actually really fucking good. That's why I think she would make a perfect playable character for Touhou 19. Like, and her personality was exactly like we thought it would be too. So, yeah, she's a really fucking good character. I wonder who they're gonna get to represent Touhou 11 though, because in Touhou 11 we've had Koishi represent Touhou 11 in the fighting games, so probably not her. If anyone to represent Touhou 11, I think it would probably be Atsuho. Maybe. Considering, her spell cards are really fucking good. And her boss theme. Atsuho's boss theme. Best final boss theme, dude. Not talking extra stage 5, stage 4, stage 3, stage 2, or stage 1. I'm talking stage 6, final boss. Not extra boss, final boss. Best boss theme. Hands down. The instrumental just fucking slaps, dude. Like, I listen to it a lot. Like, I'll like be playing like Xenoverse on my own time or something. Or I'll be playing like I'll even be listening to music while I record a video through my PS4. Like, I'll be making a video and I'll be listening to fucking Atsuho's theme. Like, Touhou music's really fucking good. It's really fucking good, dude. I just wish, a vast majority of the characters had more, love and attention. But, it's only characters like Reimu, Marissa, playable the protagonists who only really get the spotlight and everything like that. Which, like Reimu and Marissa, it's to be expected of them. Because, again, they are the protagonists, Reimu especially. But give other characters a shot to shine. Like, Foul Detective Satori, for example. Satori finally got time to shine, thankfully. Like, she was the protagonist, obviously, because, her name is in the title, so it makes sense. Like, she finally got the attention she deserved. Meteor's protagonist for Lotus Eaters, and fucking Kosuzu's the protagonist of Forbidden Scrollery. Kaisen first appearance was in the manga where she was the protagonist and also the antagonist, pretty much, at the same time. She was the protagonist, but also the antagonist. But fuck, obviously, she became a playable character too. So, in the fighting game, she got a lot of love. But yeah, again, it's the characters like New, Kogasa, PC98 characters, Ren Satsuki, even fucking they don't get any love if they get any at all. If they get any at all, it's not very much. It's only for like a few pages of like a manga or, a cutscene for the fighting game and something like that, or background character in the background. Like, otherwise, yeah, they don't really get much attention, which they really should. But I'm honestly still kind of hype for it. I I honestly kind of do want to fucking read my Forbidden Scrollery manga. I've only got volumes 5 and 7 though. I mean, I can read volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 online. I mean, I kind of do that anyway sometimes. But, yeah. I honestly kind of do want to do that. I also kind of want to read Lotus Eaters as well. I mean, I've read a good amount of Wild and Horde Hermit as well, so yeah, it's honestly really interesting. But yeah, again, you can probably tell that the games themselves aren't what I enjoy most about Touhou. Nor is it the music, even though the music fucking slaps a lot of the time. It's the manga, actually, I enjoy the most. Because, sure, characters usually first appear in, like, the games and stuff like that, but the games don't really give them much of a personality. The mangas do. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna grab volume 7 because I always use volume 5 as an example. I got volume 5 like 4 years ago almost. God damn. Got this like 2 years ago. Got volume 7 like 2 years ago. But yeah, cover art's really fucking nice. Front cover art is really nice. Back cover art's really nice. I really fucking love the dynamic between Akiu and Kosuzu. Like, Akiu is pretty much kind of like the big sister figure for Kosuzu. And they always give each other shit. Like Pox and Crypto do with Path of Fearon, which I have actually finished, by the way. I haven't recorded and everything. I haven't recorded. It's a little over an hour long. It's like almost an hour and 3 minutes long for that video, but figured there'd be no point in like uploading a 40-minute or so video and then waiting another day to upload like an episode that's less than 20 minutes or around 20 minutes. I felt there would be no point, so I just kind of mixed them and just finished it all together. But yeah, it's manga like this, like Akiu existed since the PC-98 era. Like, she existed since then. But until Forbidden Scrollery, she never really had personality. Miyamizo, on the other hand, but at the same time, it just wasn't much. They expanded upon it in like Forbidden Scrollery and stuff like that. Where she's a trickster as well. Using her ability to like shapeshift and everything like that. She like yeah, fuck. Funny I mentioned that because I literally flipped to this page and then just fucking yeah. See, there's Mamizo. She used her shapeshifting powers to try to trick Raymond, which obviously didn't work. Like, she's a trickster through and through. So they expanded upon her personality a lot. They really did a good job with Aya in this. They really did. Aya was fucking amazing in Forbidden Scrollery. And then they thought Marissa fucking died. That was fucking funny. The Forbidden Scroller is just so amazing, dude. Like, they expanded upon some of the characters' personalities so much. Like, Reimu and Marissa had personality all the way through. Because, again, protagonists, so it's expected. Yukari's still just a fucking lazy bitch. Just messing with everyone and everything. Sine is adorable, though. She really is adorable. They did an even better job with her in this. Like, you saw Sine in, like, Touhou 10 and playable in games, and then obviously she's cute, she's a sweetheart. Obviously, Forbidden Scroller added on to that. Same with Lotus Eaters, even. Fuck! They did an even better job with her in Lotus Eaters than they did in Forbidden Scroller. Like, it's fucking amazing. Like, they actually fucking did a good job with some of these characters in the mangas. Which is why I like the mangas so much. They expanded on the characters' personalities a really fucking good amount. It was. This is a fun. This was a good manga series. Not gonna lie. I just noticed there's a Konosuba advertisement in this. As well as a bunch of other shit. Which I have never fucking heard of. But, wow. These manga are actually really fucking good. I especially 100% recommend Forbidden Scroller if you haven't read it. It's really fucking fantastic. Lotus Eaters is actually pretty decent too. Same with Wild and Horned Hermit. But yeah. Woo! Again, I said some negative stuff about Touhou in this video, sure. But it was mostly positive. Because I don't want people to think, like, I absolutely fucking hate Touhou and I think it's the worst thing ever. The fan base is. But Touhou as a franchise, it's actually not bad. Like, especially when it comes to the manga. The manga are fucking fantastic. I also need to read Foul Detective Satori sometime. I heard that one was really good too. Ooh. But yeah. Honestly, I don't have anything to talk about left to talk about. I never thought I'd actually make a positive video about Touhou on this channel. But here we are, making this video. It's actually, the series is actually really fucking good. The fan base is dog shit, but the franchise is actually really good. But I'm honestly, yeah, I kind of do want to read them. I kind of do want to actually read Forbidden Scroller all the way through. Because I've read some of Volume 5 and some of Volume 7. I gotta kind of skip back and forth. And I also read some of the other volumes as well online. But I haven't read it, like, all the way through. I should probably do that. But I'm honestly, personally really excited for Touhou 19. Even though this was less about Touhou 19, while it was mentioned quite a bit, it's less about that. It's just more about the characters and the personalities and stuff. But yeah, honestly, there are Touhou magazines. I'm on Touhou Wiki right now on my other phone. There's a hair in my mouth. But yeah. And apparently there are Touhou magazines I just never thought existed. Okay. This is interesting, dude. Huh. I'm honest. Yeah. I honestly don't have anything else to say. This video. But thanks for watching. I never thought I'd actually say something positive about Touhou. I mean, obviously I say good things about Touhou from time to time, but never like a full-on video about it. Ugh, it's much better. I kind of popped my spine, and now I'm in pain.